All right, so just got back from this walk, and I wanted to share something because I have for a while. I've shared it with a couple people, and I just feel like if I share it on here, maybe there's like 50 people that hear it and just say whatever, and say 49 out of 50 people say whatever, but there's one person that's like, man, I need to hear that. So, um, it was like not good with timelines. So 4 years ago, probably 4 years ago. Just a drunken mess. Living in a. It was after me and Heidi had gotten divorced, and I had bought this huge house, this big 5,000 square foot house with a pond, and had Mustang, Hummer, F-150, all these things, and I was just falling apart piece by piece, day by day. Going to the emergency room and and which I found out was anxiety, but it was to the point where I was just so bad I had to go to the ER more than a few times just because I felt like I was having a heart attack. The anxiety was getting me so bad. And then one day I had this dream. So here's where most people are like, whatever, here's where I turn it off. So I had this dream. Me and a friend of mine, of ours, man and Heidi's, we were walking down this road and there was a bunch of beer boxes on the side of the road. And I just kept contemplating, do I stop and grab these? They're on the side of the road. Do I stop and grab them and drink them and have an awesome time, and whatever. And so that went on, and we were walking, and then we ended up at this place, and we had previous years had gone to Sonshine Festival, which is a Christian music festival that was in Wilmer, and we had went to this place a few times, me and Heidi and friends of ours, and we ended up at this place, and it was like the area for the music festival for the concert, and we were standing there, and all of a sudden we were all looking up, and up in the air there was this huge. At first I was like, is this an eagle? No, it's too big. Its wings were huge, and it was more, it came in more and steadily. It was like a man with wings, and I just I got on one knee, and I said, Lord, here I am. Like I needed it, like it was like he was there for me, or something. And so I sensed him or it land, and it walked up to me, and I wish I would have done. So that's why I wish I would have done this a long time ago. I would have remembered this better. So I said, "Here I am, Lord," and it landed, and then He walked up to me, and that's where that ended. So didn't think of anything of it. Woke up the next day like, well, that's a crazy dream. That's pretty much what it was. And so skip ahead a few more years, and still struggling with drinking, alcoholism, divorce, depression, anxiety. Just life really kind of sucked for a little bit there. And then lost my job. But the funny thing was, when I lost my job, it was a very quick occurrence of dropping everything, the house, just forgetting about everything and leaving and moving up to Minnesota. And we moved up here. I mean, it was like a week from living and working at a place for 6 years and just leaving it behind. Like there was no second guessing it. We just did it. And so we moved up here, got a job in the cities, which lasted like 2 weeks, and it was very quick. I quit. One day I said I can't do this anymore. It's like hell going into work there every day. I just couldn't do it. But for some strange reason, when I quit, I just felt like, whatever, it's gonna happen. Something different's gonna happen. I was drinking still, and we I was searching for jobs, and I was just having like a hard time with anxiety again, and everything just hit me like a ton of bricks and trying to find somewhere. And I went into a place and applied, and anyways, I got a job and so on and so forth, and moved forward, still drinking. And then it's time for Sunshine Festival, which we haven't gone to for a few years, and our friends invited us, and I didn't want to go I didn't. I was still drinking very heavily. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. If I missed a day of drinking, I'd make up for it another day of drinking. And so it came time, and so we went. And so, but this time it wasn't in Wilmer. It was always in Wilmer, but this time it was in Wisconsin at Somerset. Yeah, never been there before. So we were driving there. So the day we're driving there, it was the last day I had drank. And I made sure I drank the day before, I think, because I wanted to make sure I drank because we're going to stay there and camp out all week. And it was like 100 degrees out every day. And it was 100 degrees like every day, like heat stroke kind of heat. So we got there, and as we're driving there, as we got to the area where they were having the festival or the concert in the camping area, there was these beer boxes. Well, like how liquor stores would have beer boxes on the side of the road, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I'm like, wait a minute, things, how when you have deja vu, things start clicking, like, oh, okay, what, I remember this. And so then we got there, and these birds, there's these huge eagles everywhere, eagles, hawks, whatever. They're up in the air flying around, and I'm starting like thinking, wow, this is cool. Something's happening here. I didn't think it like that at that time, but and it set in later. So we go to the concert, and it's hot out every day. Each day, no drinking, no drinking, no drinking. But we go out. We'll leave the concert probably once a day just to get away from the heat and go somewhere. And we drive by this liquor store that's by the concert every day with these beer boxes on the side of the road. And I'm thinking, man, this is strange. The birds in the air and the okay. And then so we get near the end, and it was the last day. I mean, there was the day before and the last day, but the last day I'll never forget. We packed our stuff up, and then we were standing, and we were in this area. Well, I said back up a little bit. I was thinking about that dream too as we were standing out and worshiping God and listening to music and stuff. And it was hot out, and it was just like cleansing me like every day and purging me of this alcohol and disgustingness inside my body and my mind and my soul and my heart. And so we get to the last day, and me and Heidi and our two friends are there with us, and we were sailing in a circle, and we were praying, and I broke down in tears like a little crybaby. And I opened my heart up to God, and I said, I do not want to die anymore. I don't want to live each day like I feel like I'm dying, because I was. Every day I have this anxiety, and I still have it, but it was just like every day my heart would feel like it was going to either pump out of my chest or fail me or something. And I opened up to God and in front of them, and I said, I don't want to die anymore. And that's the cool thing about God, because you don't have to die. You give your life to him, and he'll accept you. And like he said, he is I'm not good at quoting scripture, but he is the fountain of living water, never ending, everlasting. So um, as after we prayed that and I opened up my heart, there was this big eagle flying around, and I followed it, and I walked down, and I went down around where we were camping down a hill, and I followed this eagle, and it was like hovering around, just going around in a circle above me, and I got on my knee